Welcome to the Hive, everyone. A show dedicated to news, pop culture, and of course, my opinion. The Hive is your one-stop shop for all your entertainment needs. So let's just dive right in, shall we? Lori Lawton and Felicity Huffman may soon be co-starring in a new comedy series called Full Jailhouse. The pair, who are currently in their respective court hearings, may actually see some time in prison on top of their $600,000 fines they are faced with. Perhaps the fines and cost of housing them as inmates should also go on their children's transcripts. I can just imagine how their conversations went with their daughters and their respective classmates. So not only did I pay top dollar for my degree, my mother took an academic sabbatical on my behalf. It should last another 5 to 10 years, depending on good behavior. Pet Sematary, the new film has come out, and once again with the familiar line, they don't come back the same. Which is true because it's a reboot. No rebooted movie comes back the same. If anything, they come out worse than the original. Just look at some of the reboots from the past few years. We have Power Rangers, trash. Justice League, boring. And Jumanji, cute. I mean, yes, it was cute, but the first Jumanji had me all the way shook. So I don't know what's up with this Jumanji. Nowhere in any of those descriptions did I say the words amazing or knock my socks off or even better than the original. And if we're being honest, y'all could miss me with all these reboots. If the trailers don't look anything like Aladdin or The Lion King, y'all can keep it. I don't have time for y'all to come in here, get my hopes up, and then the movie be a complete waste of my little $5 because I'm definitely gonna go see it on $5 movie night just in case it is a flop. Then I only wasted $5. Sorry, not sorry. The top meme for this week is from a fair where there's either a doll or a piñata of a Dragon Ball Z character that has one minor detail they totally got wrong. The patch that is originally over his chest has Japanese script, was clearly showing a swastika in place of it. I can see it now, a couple of the workers at the fairground looking at each other going, Billy, you had one job. One job. Apparently, there's a rumor circulating that Amazon mega mogul Jeff Bezos is considering buying the NBA team, the Knicks. And I wonder if that means basketball players will begin to be listed on Amazon. In the suggested items column, people who bought this item also ordered a Mitch Robinson jersey and Mitch Robinson. Would you like to bundle this for $50,000? The gag would be that you can only order players that are either retired or ordered over the age of 50. If that's the case, I'm going to have to pass because personally, if I'm spending $50,000 on a person, I'll need him to be viable for entertainment purposes. Somebody like Jimmy Butler or Blake Griffin, someone who can just cute and hip and just entertain me for a good couple of hours, not go to bed at 8:00 p.m. Apparently, there is a deadly cause of cancer that nobody is talking about, except for Donald Trump. During a press conference, the president stated that the noise from windmills also causes cancer. Like, what do you even say to that? However, many of his supporters are protected from his killer in the wind. They have a lovely device, what we like to call Trump muffs, protecting you from hearing the truth, now with windmill cancer canceling technology. What a joke. All right, so speaking of Trump muffs, those handy-dandy little devices, low-key, I wish I had one for myself just to cancel out Trump, though. When you're living in a political climate such as the current one we're in, you can't take the risk of uneducated voters. While we may be about a year and some change out from the next election, it's never too early to help those in need. So I, being the generous person that I am, took it upon myself to go to the Campus Union building to see just what these young folks know about our amazing US of A.
Judicial, executive, and legislative.
Legislative, judicial, and executive.
Oh, you're good, bro. You're good at this. Look at that.
Judicial, legislative, executive.
21. 18? No, 25. I don't. 32. 35.
I think
have to be 36. 35, right?
18. No. You have to be 30 years of age, I believe. Hold on, let me. So I used to be in Liberty Day Kids. I should really know this. I feel like it's 35.
Yes, perfect.
Freedom of speech, religion, and politics? No, I don't know. I know it's those two, I think, right? Okay.
Freedom of speech. I think freedom of speech and the right to speak freely. That ain't it. Freedom of religion and freedom of writing. Oh man, what is it? Freedom of press. That's what it is. Yes, there's one more. Oh, for real? Oh, well, that's how you getting it from me, cause that's how my brain hurting already.
The Declaration of Independence.
The preamble of the Constitution.
Constitution. Oh, Bill of Rights.
Washington, Jackson, Jefferson, right? Lincoln, Obama, Trump, Bush Jr., Clinton, Roosevelt, Tubman, Harriet. Not Harriet Tubman. I can't remember his name. Whatever. The big one, you know, the big dude. Truman. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. Yeah, sure. We'll say that guy. Yeah. I don't know. All I remember is that he was a big dude. But other than that, Taft. That's the one. Yeah, he had the mustache too. Okay, but that's all I know. So.
George W. Bush. George W. Bush Jr., Barack Obama, Donald Trump, Abraham Lincoln. Did I say Abraham Lincoln already? Theodore Roosevelt, Eleanor Jackson. Is that one of them? Oh my gosh. Oh, look. Y'all better edit that out. Edit that out. Now I know some presidents, y'all. Andrew Jackson. That's what I meant. Eleanor Roosevelt. Is Eleanor Roosevelt? Theodore. Y'all better make me look stupid on this. Theodore Roosevelt, though. Eleanor Roosevelt was the wife. Why am I thinking of Eleanor? Girl. How many did I get? Look, cause I'm trying to get some, so I don't look too. Hold on, it's some more presidents, cause I'm gonna get home and be like, wow, why I ain't think of him? Bill Clinton. Did I say Bill Clinton already?
Okay, George Washington, John Adams, Thomas Jefferson, James Madison, John Quincy Adams, Andrew Jackson, Andrew Johnson, James Buchanan, FDR, Theodore Roosevelt, Abraham Lincoln, Truman, Eisenhower, let me think, Kennedy, Ford, Nixon, Reagan, Garfield, trying to think, McKinley. Did I already say Hoover? Okay, Hoover. Let me think. Okay, obviously, Obama, Trump, Bush, Bush Jr., Clinton. I already said Reagan, right? I feel like there's a very obvious one that I'm missing. Okay, Lyndon B. Johnson. Okay, for now that's it.
Oh, I know my baby Kylie, Kendall, Kim, Courtney, Chloe, and what's that dude's name? What's the only son? Rob, Robert. And what's the mom's name? Chris and Bruce slash. What's the female name part? Kelly. No. Caitlin. Caitlin.
Okay, 90s. We go back. There's Curtis Carly Dog is that one, and then there's Ed and Eddie. What's the other one? Dexter's Laboratory. What other one? What the ones that I would watch? Shoot, like Blue's Clues. Does that one count? Dora. I don't know if Dora came out in the 90s or not. Franklin. Which one did I watch? Shoot. Trying to remember what else I watched. The Little Mermaid. Did that one count?
Sure.
Take it. Aladdin. This was on some other shows. I think that's all I watched.
Got this down. Where do you want X-Men? You want the Avengers? Like, okay, so I can do we can do let's start with the Avengers. We have Thor, Iron Man, Captain America, Scarlet Witch, we have Vision, we have Hawkeye, we have what's his name? Drawing blank. We have Bucky Barnes, we have the Black Panther. X-Men, we have Professor X, we have Jean Grey, Cyclops, Wolverine, Jubilee, the Silver Surfer, Mr. Fantastic, Captain Marvel. I can go on.
I would just like to say that history was not my best subject, but I remember enough to know that Harriet Tubman was not a president. Thank you, Clovis Municipal School System. For my first guest of the night, he may have once lived a hard and dangerous life, but as he is evolved into a determined and inspiring young man you will see tonight, here with an original spoken word titled Kickin' Doors is Markel Ruiz.
The streets molded us like a piece of clay. Bad examples was our only role models. Growing up here, there's no time to play. The only counseling here is Hennessy bottles. To live fast and die young is normal. When to die old and live young is a blessing. War wounds gave us a heart that's purple, meaning that every loss was a lesson. To make it out takes dedication. Here it's a world full of deceit. To get out, your best bets are sports and education. Use these and the odds you can beat. It's hard to unlock a door without a key, but it's possible. Just look at me.
Welcome back, everyone. Here is our special guest, Markel. Welcome to our show. We appreciate having you.
Thank you for having me.
How are you doing?
I'm all right, maintaining.
Yeah, how's school going?
Good, you know, last leg.
It is the last
Trying
couple
to
of
run
weeks
through.
left. How you feeling about graduating?
Good, you know, it was a journey, but I'm happy y'all finished it, you feel me?
Yes, I'm so proud of you.
Appreciate you.
You're welcome. So can you tell me what brought you to like writing poetry or like writing lyrics, all that kind of stuff? What made you decide you want to pursue that?
Well, originally I like just write music, you know. Grew up just freestyling, you know, But as I got older, just writing helped me like vent, helped me cope. It was like therapy for me, you know? So everything I felt, I just put on paper. Everything I started to see growing up, just put on paper. I always had something for writing, you know?
Mm-hmm. Are all your lyrics only like off of your life experiences, or are they like off of experiences of your friends, family, or?
Well, yeah, for the most part, everything I write, especially like in poetry, is something that was personal.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, I write about some stuff that like happened in my family, let's say, or in my environment, you know, most definitely. But I feel like that goes all back to being a part of me.
Yeah,
So.
very true, very true. Where are you from? Because your nickname used to be Chicago.
Yeah.
So are you from Chicago or are you from Denver?
I'm from, well, that's the root. Chicago, you know, that's where all my people from. I'm a first generation Denver baby.
Oh, okay, so
I'm from
everybody else is
Marbella,
from
Denver.
Chicago.
Yeah,
But
everyone from Chicago, you feel me? I bounced around across the map, getting raised everywhere.
So do you consider yourself a like Chicago?
I consider myself a Chicago Denver baby.
Okay.
Because I was raised in both, you know, environments. You know, so.
Do you like the nickname Chicago? Like if you hear your
Yeah,
like people
actually my coach from high school called me that.
Okay.
Yeah, so
when you
it's
came
like,
here,
it's
people
a
was like,
part
"Hey,
of-
yo, Chicago."
It's
You was
like
cool with it.
when you from a different place and you move to a new place and they get like, where you from, or like, you know, what's the deal with you? They call you that, you know, that's the easiest thing that sticks. So I was like, I was used to it. Like when I moved back to Denver type, when I was in high school, my coach, he called me Chicago. He called me Chi-Town.
Okay.
So
you're used to the nickname.
it was you.
So you don't bother. It
It
doesn't
don't
bother
bother
you.
me at all.
That's cool. What was it like moving from? Because you went to high school in Denver, right?
Yeah.
So what was it like going from Denver to Portales?
Oh, it's like night and day, completely different. For me, I'm a city kid my whole life. You know, I think the most countryest town I ever lived in before here was Memphis.
Okay.
And that was bigger than here, you know, but
Yeah.
it was night and day completely. I didn't know what to expect. You know, there ain't no public transportation.
No.
The people here different, you know, but it's probably what I needed to stay out of trouble.
Do you feel like you stayed out of trouble?
For the most part, yeah. I'm finna graduate school.
True. But you
know.
took a little break, didn't you?
Yeah, I dropped out
For how long?
for a semester.
For a semester. What made you decide to come back? Because most students who drop out just don't ever finish.
Well, I only dropped out because I had to go back. I had some stuff going on with my family, and it caused me to just
Take a
have to
little break.
leave and, you know, go step up to the plate back home.
Yeah.
You know, and that's just a part of like the trials and tribulations I write about, you know. You go through stuff, and while you here, you know, everyone has a story of why they doing what they doing, but
Right.
I feel like coming back, you know, was more important.
So what motivated you to like finish school? Were you like, because I know
Well-
it hasn't been necessarily easy the whole way. So like what motivates you to just get through that finish line?
Well, it's just no one ever did it. Like no one ever came to college in my family,
Your
my
first
friends.
generation college student?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Like,
Okay.
This is unheard of, you know. I tell my professors, like, everything I'm going through now, it's all new to me, you know. I'm trying to learn and figure out and see how a whole new world operates, basically,
Right.
you know, what compared to what I'm used to. So it was just important for me to, like, you know, do something different, do something new, and change my family's destiny, you know, by just doing something
Yeah.
different,
That's awesome.
something positive, you know.
Yeah. Well, congratulations. I didn't know that about you.
Yeah.
What do you want to do next? So you're graduating in May. What do you want to do after graduation?
I want to do a lot, but the most important thing I want to do is just travel. I want to go overseas. I want to see what the rest of the world got to offer. Like I
Okay.
said, coming to college and just coming to this small town was a whole new experience for me to begin with.
Right.
So I just like, it really opened my eyes and perception about the rest of the world. It's like every place is different. And while I still got life, I want to experience that.
I hear that. I hear that.
I just want to travel, really.
Yeah. Where's your first destination if you could pick to go overseas? Where would you want to go first?
Probably Lagos,
Lagos?
Nigeria. Yeah.
Okay. It's
That's
Africa,
Africa,
right?
yeah, it's in
Oh.
Africa. Yeah. Probably
That's
Lagos,
exciting.
you
Why
know.
Lagos?
It's just, well, I just seen something on YouTube about like how it's really progressing as a city. Then just for the simple fact it's Africa, you know, I
True.
just want to go back to Africa.
Do you know your African roots, like your ancestors? All that
Nah,
kind? Okay,
not
me
at
neither.
all. But that's why I'm interested. That's why
Yeah.
I'm interested in go. You feel me?
Yeah, I
Because
feel you.
it's like
got
I
you.
could see, it's like a whole different world probably over there. You know.
Definitely compared to over here. For
The
sure.
second place after that, you know, I had to say like England. I
Okay,
want to go
I've
to
been
England.
to England before.
Really?
Yeah, it's
How was
dope.
it?
I liked it. The only like really country that speaks English, so
Yeah.
that was wonderful. But like it's true what they say. Like it's always gloomy. Like it was gloomy the whole time we were there, but it was cool. It was
Okay.
interesting. People are pretty friendly.
Yeah.
I like the place. It's nice, so pretty. Like the architecture, all that kind of stuff.
See, yeah.
It's compared to the U.S. trash. Like it's so nice over there.
Okay.
I recommend definitely go over there. Definitely
Most
go over there.
definitely.
So tell me about your new media platform because you have like an Instagram page where you have like all these artists and stuff,
Yeah.
and it's called In the Field Media, right?
Yeah.
Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Really, it's just it's a new platform. You know how you have the Reward Stars, you got College Kid, you got Say Cheese TV. It's just a new platform for Denver specifically because there's a new music scene that's thriving, you know, but it's like unheard of because Denver's a big city, but it's a lot of like cultural things like music, small markets because nobody really like has a place where they could, you know, put all their content on.
Right.
So that's why I created the platform just to give people just a outlet to put their content on and to get discovered really,
Yeah.
you know, because you got platforms such as WorldStar now, you know, they charge you 5, 10K to just get, you know, a post.
Yeah,
It's
true.
like, you
Very
know,
true.
People from where I'm from, you know, from the bottom ain't got that type of money to begin with.
Right.
So it's like, if I could help push them with their music, maybe I could change, you know, their situation, just like I changed mine, you know.
True.
So,
True. So are
just
you?
giving back.
You're the creator. You created it.
Yeah.
So are you just the creator, like, or who does? Do you have other people that do different jobs, or you do it all pretty much?
Right now, it's just I'm a one-man crew.
One-man show.
And I got like, you
Okay.
know, all my people supporting me. A lot of the artists on there, they, you know, help by just sending their stuff in, of course,
Yeah.
to make it easy. I just
But you run the
repost it.
page and
But I
like.
run everything. I've actually made a music video.
I saw that.
Yeah.
Messi's, right?
Yeah, it was my first time.
It was good.
I just dove into it. You know, I didn't know nothing about creating music videos or nothing. I just did it.
You just did it.
Just did it, you know. And I learned how, you know, edit and use Premiere through school.
Yeah.
So I just put the skills I had with creativity and we made something.
That's awesome. You have like how many followers now? You like have over.
It fluctuates. 1 minute it might be 300. Next day it's 275. You know, people click unfollow, follow.
Yeah.
Like
true.
I don't know why. But yeah, people be. I don't
People
know,
be
pump
shifty.
faking.
I hear
Yeah.
you. So what do you want to accomplish? Do you want someone to be able to get like exposure and then eventually go off into
Well-
getting like a signed, or what are you hoping?
See, that's the thing. It's like after I'm done with school, I actually plan on going back to Denver for a time to actually get some interviews,
Okay.
to get some vlogs, and to actually be in the field. It's just a term basically to show you like what's really happening.
Right.
You know, this is what's really going on in real life. I want to show like, you know, the areas I came up in, people struggling in.
Yeah.
You know, drugs thrive in every place, but there's always certain communities, and that's
Yeah.
what, you know, we're gonna be bringing light to you know, just show like this is what people going through.
Yeah.
You might see this part of the city, but you ain't seeing this part because they not trying to show you.
Right.
So my whole thing is just to, you know, get interviews, have people from those areas, voice, you know, let them get heard basically. You
Yeah.
feel me? So
I hear you. So what kind of criteria do you need to be able to get posted? Or are you just posting like anybody who's
Nah,
just no?
it's like I ain't just posting nobody. It's
Oh.
like that's why I really made the platform, because a lot of these mainstream platforms, they posting anything with no content, with no meaning. You know, it's just it looks good, you know, and it's
Yes.
you know, really promoting stupidity. It's like a lot of stuff I am promoting may not be something that everybody might be interested in, but it's real life.
Yeah.
That's the thing I want to push with this in the field media, because this is stuff that's really happening in the real world, you know.
Yeah.
People ain't, you know, going on trips to Dubai and rocking Rolexes in the streets.
True.
Like, that's not real life.
That's not real life.
show
It's
you
not our
how
life,
you-
definitely.
Exactly. So that's what I'm really pushing music that actually has it's a saying I got, it's content over clout.
Okay.
You know, we want to push like a good message, of course, but we just want to push authenticity. You feel me?
Yeah.
We want everything to be real.
Yeah.
You know.
I feel you. Are you ever gonna be an artist featured on your own page or what?
Actually, I do got some music I've been working on.
Okay.
But you know, I'm trying to learn the music business before I drop anything. It's like
feel you.
I want to own all my stuff. I don't want to go through
I hear
anybody.
you.
So before I drop stuff, you know, that page is definitely gonna be the place, you know, to keep tabs on.
Keep
me.
tabs on
Yeah,
Markel Ruiz.
exclusively for real. So
Awesome. Well, thank you for coming and sitting down with us,
no,
Markel.
for sure.
And your handle is what on Instagram? It's what?
At @inthefield_media.
At @inthefield_media. Awesome. Perfect. We all go follow Markel and be sure to check out what he's coming forward the next couple of years, months, weeks.
Yeah, you
Just stay tuned.
However long I'm alive, you feel me? If you wanna
Amen.
follow me, just go see what's up with that.
Definitely. All right. So before we go, here is a quick look at another quiet corner with Ose Ali.
Oh, hello. Today's word of the day is hoodwinked. To trick or deceive, to pull the wool over someone's eyes. Excuse me. For example, Kim Kardashian has hoodwinked her daughter Northwest into believing she got famous off her many talents. Ciao.
Now it's time for our Buzz of the Week, where I dive into hot topics of this past week. So the first thing we have to talk about is the late, great Nipsey Hussle. So Nipsey Hussle has been a community staple and is a pioneer and inspiration for our community. He was more than just a rapper. He was the staple of what we all should strive to do in our communities. I may not have known Nipsey personally, but his death has affected us all. His spirit was something people don't come across every day. You know, it's crazy because I could never really understand how connected people were to Tupac and Biggie because they died when I was about 1 or 2 years old. But now I get it. I mean, this man got a letter from Barack Obama, someone that never met him, but could see the good works and the impact that he had upon his community. And that's why it's so sad. We can all learn something from this man's life, and I hope that over the next few weeks, months, even years that Nipsey's passing goes by, that we can really start being the change that we want to see in this world. So rest in peace to Nip, and the marathon continues. Next, we have Lil Nas X featuring Billy Ray Cyrus in Old Town Road. So if you haven't heard, Billboard, despite taking down the song Old Town Road by Lil Nas X, he is back on that thing thanks to good old Billy Ray Cyrus. The two paired up for the remix of Lil Nas X's already catchy song, but some people are upset because it's not country music. But where was the same energy when Taylor Swift switched from country to pop music? The song sounded the exact same, just labeled under a different category. The gag is, y'all should be even more mad that she made the same songs over a different beat and still charged y'all money. Low-key, Taylor Swift is one of the best hoodwinkers of our generation. It's winter, sis, and it's coming. I got my coat, my scarves, my gloves ready, and I'm prepared for HBO to mess me all the way up, okay? Everything about that darn show is amazing. I've even been trying to put my parents onto Game of Thrones for like the last year or so, but they just aren't with it. So, with that being said, let me put a little life lesson into your life. Not liking something just to not like it does not make you any better than the rest of us who are obsessed with Game of Thrones, okay? Going against the grain just to be different doesn't make you a trendsetter. It makes you a hater, a GOT hater. Besides, y'all be obsessing over Grey's Anatomy and Law & Order, and they have like over 20 seasons, but want to get mad because we like a show that's a little bit more brutally honest. So what if brothers and sisters sleep together and half the characters are naked the whole first season? That just makes for raw television. And you know what? You just got to grow up and deal with it, okay? In local news around the majestic cities of Clovis and Portales, New Mexico, the Prince Overpass is back open, and I can't believe that's even news. Yes, in a small town like this, opening of an overpass is news. So this is honestly one of the main reasons why I have to get out of a town like this. The overpass has made newspaper headlines, even some local news channels. It's just greater validation that I have to move to a bigger city. And the sad thing is, I want to be like, oh, that's so lame. How could you care about an overpass? But honestly, I couldn't be happier. The stupid thing is back open. Shoot, I was tired of driving around the train just to try and beat it or having to wait for the train to go by so I can get to my destination. I got things to do. I gotta go. So thankful for that. Spring has sprung, and along with the warm temperature comes the joys of everybody around you getting sick. So all I have to say is cover your freaking mouth when you sneeze and wash your grubby hands. And for those of us who like to wear wigs during this time of the year, hold that thing down, sis, because the wind is something vicious out here. And if I see someone's wig blowing down the road, someone's gonna have to come and get me because I'm not gonna be okay, okay? I'm gonna have to pull over for at least a minute on the side of the road to get myself together because if I see a wig tumbling down the road, it's not gonna be okay. I'm not gonna make it. Last but not least in our local news, the Unicorn Ice Cream Shop has moved its location from the Blue Building on Main Street to its current central storefront on 2nd Street. I actually had the pleasure of going to the reopening and decided to take you all along with me. Take a look. Hey guys, we're in front of Unicorn Ice Cream in Portales, and what better day than a Wednesday mid-afternoon is it to come and get a good old helping of ice cream? It's not. So we're gonna go ahead and take you guys right on inside, so come on. All right, so I'm here with Miguel at Unicorn Ice Cream, and he is gonna demo making the Fruity Pebbles, right? Or is the unicorn? We're gonna do the unicorn ice cream because we're at the Unicorn Ice Cream Shop. Duh. So, okay, let's go ahead and get started. So, what are you doing first?
So there's the base to the ice cream here.
Okay.
That's what gives it its flavor.
Okay. And you guys make your own cream, right?
Make
like
our
it's your
own
own
cream.
secret recipe, like the Krabby Patty formula, right?
Exactly.
Exactly.
The only thing we don't make is the cereal.
Oh, okay. Okay. So why did you guys choose unicorns?
Put the camera on her really quick. That's her favorite. It's one of her favorite things is unicorns. Unicorns and rainbows. So
oh, that's sweet. So he thinks about you all the time. Every day when he comes to work, he thinks about you. Okay. And you guys are originally from New York, right?
New York and Miami.
And what made you guys come to Portales? Or New Mexico even?
We came here to work, and that didn't turn out too good, so we ended up opening up an ice cream shop.
Okay. All right. So what is your least favorite part about working at an ice cream shop? Or do you even have a least favorite part?
The Disney music.
The Disney music? What? You don't like Cinderella?
I
theme
love
song
it. Just
every day?
not 24 hours, 7 days a week.
What's your favorite part about working at an ice cream place?
The little kids' faces when they come in.
Yeah.
Mouths open, eyes wide open. It's a good feeling, you know?
Yeah. Did you ever see yourself owning an ice cream store or
Not at
working
all.
at not at all?
No.
What did you see yourself doing?
Caddying for the rest of my life, to be honest with you.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you miss that life, or are you happy that you're
I'm
doing your own-
happy doing my own thing.
Yeah.
You know, working for myself,
Uh-huh.
seeing the benefits of it.
Yeah, for sure. That's so cool. Why ice cream, do you feel?
I think it's something that Portales needed.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one of the reasons that we did it. I love ice cream, and there wasn't any here.
Yeah, true.
At
True.
least none that I knew of.
Right. And what set you guys apart from all the other ice cream stops, do you feel?
Like you see, it was made basically in front of you.
Exactly.
So it starts off from the base. It's never frozen.
Mm-hmm.
So it's as fresh as you can get it.
I'm with it. How long have you guys been open?
So we're making 2 weeks in this location, and we had another location which we outgrew pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm.
We were there for about 3 months.
Oh, wow. So 3 months and like 2 weeks you guys have been open pretty much?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, wow.
Say no more than 4 months.
No more than 4 months. Wow, that's amazing. How many people do you feel like you guys serve it like a week, do you feel like?
I'm not sure. Marty, you want to input on that?
Maybe like 100?
I'd say a
200?
little under 100 a day. If
A little
that.
under a day?
Mhm.
Okay. All right. Well, shoot. Just slap me. What's you guys' most popular flavor? for ice cream?
Unicorn. After that comes Fruity Pebbles.
Okay. Do you have a least favorite that you make? Like, if someone orders, like, I don't know, something on the menu and you're just like, "Ugh, I have to make this again."
So far, I don't have that feeling.
No?
No.
Well, that's good. So you wake up every day and you enjoy coming to work.
Yeah, I made every single ice cream we have on here. It came out of my head.
Really?
Yes.
That's dope.
I get to work with my own menu, you know?
That's awesome. Was it difficult to start your shop here and like since like a small community?
It was extremely difficult.
Really? Can you tell me about that?
There's no, what do you call them? So in New York, if you open something up, there's vendors that come to you and they try to sell you cups, spoons, everything you need for your place pretty much. Here, there's none of that.
Yeah.
So we basically have to go from town to town looking for the things that we're using.
Yeah.
The hardest thing is cream, being there's so many dairies around here. That's the hardest thing to get.
Yeah.
Well, that was one of the bad parts about it. Just trying to figure out how to keep up with the demand for the supply.
Yeah. What kind of recommendations would you give to people who want to open their own small business in an area like this?
Don't give up.
Okay.
Definitely don't give up and just keep it pushing.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, it's for yourself.
Exactly.
You know? You're working hard and you're doing it for yourself. This is the unicorn ice cream.
Unicorn ice cream right here, guys. Oh, it's so cute. Look at this. If y'all are ever in the mood for a good ice cream, please stop by the Unicorn Ice Cream Shop on 2nd Street. It's such a cute little cool place and the ice cream is bomb. All right. During this time of the year, you can expect two things. People driving down the street with parts of tumbleweeds sticking out of their vehicle grills, and graduation. Graduation is one of those bittersweet times for the graduates. You're finished with school, but now it's time to face the music and prepare for that next journey in life. Whether it's more school, finding a job, or even both, every new adventure in life requires a new direction. So, to help you make that transition a little easier, here is a list of my favorite people to hit up money for, or as some like to call it, sending out graduation announcements. All right, up first, we have your close friends and family, your aunts, your uncles, your play aunts, your play uncles. You want to make sure you hit these people first because you have more probability of getting something back if you're, one, the first to send them an announcement, and two, you hit them in that time of the month where you have at least 2 pay periods in between the day of the arrival of the announcements and the actual date you graduate. These people are usually like the closest to you. Therefore, they love you, want to see you succeed, blah, blah, blah. And so they were probably going to get you a little something, something anyway. Next, you have the people who you know have money. Now, you may not know these people super well, but you know enough to infer that they got a little bit of coin somewhere, okay? So this group is like your parents' boss, your friendly neighbor across the street, your teacher/professor, but maybe not your teacher because from what I've heard, it's kind of hard out here for a teacher, so maybe you want to hit somebody else, but you get the gist. Next, the people that give your family graduation announcements. If they're bold enough to give little Johnny's high school senior football themed announcement, they're bold enough to give you $20, so hit them up. Next, we have your church folks. Now, this is the trickiest group of them all, okay? Because church folks love to pull the wool over your eyes. You give them an announcement expecting money, and they come back with a whole Bible. And you can't be mad because it's God's word, right? Like, how are you going to be ungrateful for God's word? Are you too good for the Lord? So he could die for your sins, but he's not good enough to get as a graduation gift? You see how careful you have to be with this situation. So just trying to go in for a little money and you come out with a whole guilt trip. Now, next, beware of those who don't have money but trying to ask you for an announcement. It's a trap. And you can always tell because when you give them the announcement, they act like they see an abstract piece of art. Like, oh, how cute. Thank you. They ain't finna give you no money. They ain't finna give you nothing at all. They don't have any money to give you. So next, the last group of people to give out announcements would be your trash friends. This should be self-explanatory because more often than not, your friends are around the same age as you. And so if you're broke, your friends are broke and you're trying to get money from broke people. It's not gonna cut it. What do you think your broke friends are trying to do? The exact same thing you're trying to do. So save your announcement for someone who isn't struggling at this point in their life, okay? All right, guys, let's check back in with our favorite Brit, Osei, for another Quiet Corner with Osei Ali.
Back again, are we? Confuzzled. To be past the point of uncertainty and puzzled, but not quite beyond confused. For example, the student was very confuzzled that her professor didn't round her 43.5% grade to a 95% at the end of the semester.
So I had intended on going to one of the home baseball games this season and staying the entire game and just really, becoming a Greyhound sports fan. I'm here to tell you no sport in the world is going to make me a sports fan, especially baseball. I don't know what I was expecting. Actually, you know what? I do know what I was expecting, and I was expecting it to be like how it is in the movies, exciting, packed with people, and a constant loop of take me out to the ball game. That was not the case. First off, I probably shouldn't have gone to the 1 o'clock game because A, it was 1,000 degrees outside that day. B, barely anyone was there because they actually have lives and things to do at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And to top it all off, they didn't even take me out to the ball game the entire hour I was there. And yes, I only stayed an hour because the saying is, black don't crack, not black don't burn. So I had to go right on inside, and thankfully, I had someone to stay there and catch the rest of the game for me. So here are some clips from the game that I did get while I was there. Take a look. So I'm at this game, as you can see, and I'm already doubtful. It's hot. It's just not my thing, you feel me? And I don't know how I'm really gonna enjoy this situation. Baseball is not really for me. So hopefully Aaron in Brooklyn can teach me something that I don't know, which wouldn't have to be much. I just don't know, you guys. So we're gonna be hopeful. We're gonna dive in. I'm gonna try and pay attention and not get upset that it's hot, because this is why I don't like sports. I don't like sports.
A few moments later.
Question left. Yes. Stop defense, help him out! How do you feel about that? You don't even know, guys. It gets pretty rowdy over here.
They don't charge the boat. They sit back there and wait for it to bounce, and of course, it's gonna take a while. Come on, come on. Bad, I'm gonna cheer you bad. That's how the game goes. Like, yeah. There you go, come on.
A few moments later.
That's the back for the Hounds, number 7, Joelle Paulino. this what they've been waiting for?
Oh, never mind.
You ready?
I thought we were supposed to start clapping for her.
How you feel?
12 seconds later.
I'm glad I didn't park close. But I should have, because that was locked. It's kind of a waste. Yeah, I parked behind the wall. It's kind of a, but I'm getting my steps in today, so I'm cool with it. It's a nice day. It's bringing some good air instead of being in instead of being in the house all day.
No? Do you not care? Not really? Kind of, sort of? Yeah, kind of, sort of. I know that. I don't know. I'm just saying. Good. Number 19, Chloe, Kelser. Oh, from the other team? It's when he gets like...
The vote for the Hive, number 24, Joseph Zubia.
Oh, the row. What is the row? Can you? Hit it. 1, 2, 3, row. See it, brother. 5, 6, 7, 8. See, you do this. You know how to do it. 5, 6, 7, 8. No, sorry, Bob. The foot like this or the step like that? That's when the wrap it up, Jack. It's for the water. And it's cold. Mine's kind of cold. I'm in my room.
Okay. Hopefully this was enough footage. I really don't know. Ooh.
As you can tell, I was ready to go as soon as I got there. Luckily, I dragged some people to come out and watch with me, and they stayed the whole game. Here's one of them to comment on his experience. Welcome, Aaron Johnson. Welcome. How are you doing?
Doing pretty great. Doing pretty great.
Having a good day?
Yes, I am.
It's a nice day today.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah, compared to last week, huh?
Yeah, last week it was just super windy. My fence like broke as well. There was like fires going on last week.
There was a fire. 4 houses burned down. You didn't know about that,
I didn't know how many houses, but yeah, that wind surely did damage. So
did some damage.
I'm glad it changed up.
I'm glad you didn't blow away. That's
yeah,
good.
you know, I eat a lot, so.
Grounded you.
Yeah, helps me stay
Gotcha.
grounded.
I got you. So what did you feel about the game? How was it for you? What was your experience like?
Well, I haven't been going to many Eastern baseball games, but recently I started to like them, and it was pretty fun. Just that whole day going out. There was a lot of people.
When?
During
After
the game.
I left?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
So there was more people when I was there
Yeah,
at
people
first?
started coming in, but.
They probably came for like the 3 o'clock game, huh? Because the 1 o'clock game, it was kind of. Oh wait.
Yes.
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 I did not even take that into account, but yeah.
Because I'm brilliant.
You know, that's what you do. But yeah, it's a lot more people came, and it was cool seeing that. You know, when people support.
That is nice. A lot of fans.
Yeah.
Yeah, repping EMU.
Yeah.
We're playing the
Buffaloes, West Texas.
That's what Buff stands for?
Yeah.
Couldn't know. The Buffaloes?
Yeah.
And we're the Greyhounds.
Yeah, what would be a short version of Greyhound?
Hounds.
Very true. Very true.
Schooled you.
I know, you got me.
Okay. So why do you even like baseball? Because personally, it's a slower game. It's a slower paced game. Not a lot of action, not a lot of reaction, if you will. So what brought you to liking baseball? Fill me in.
Well, at first I didn't like baseball. I was strictly like basketball and football.
Okay.
But then I stopped playing football and baseball started, entering my life more and more. I started watching more games, started getting familiar with players. This is MLB, not necessarily college, but yeah, that's what really got me in. It was kind of like another hobby, I guess, to take on, watching baseball.
And your team is the
Dodgers,
That's
Los
it.
Angeles.
Oh, you know I didn't know, or what? I could have known.
I thought you
Didn't
did
give
know.
me a chance to finish.
You always get me on your little sarcastic clips, so I thought you knew.
I didn't, but I could have fooled you. So, L.A. Dodgers.
Yes.
So I feel like it's kind of like either California or New York, because I don't really feel like a whole bunch of teams in the middle are just like
That are
jump
good.
in. Yeah, just jump in. Like you don't hear about the Missouri alligator. I don't know the Missouri. What kind of animals are in Missouri? The Missouri dogs.
Tigers.
Oh, tigers.
I'm not sure, but the Mizzou Tigers. That's
Oh,
a team.
okay.
Yeah, you're correct in that. A lot of California teams and a lot of East Coast, West Coast, I guess,
Yeah.
are really
West Coast,
dominant.
the West Coast.
Yeah.
You already know.
Are very dominant in professional
Mhm.
leagues, I'd say. But
Why do you like the Dodgers? Like, why them?
when I was little, my grandfather actually collected Dodgers caps.
Oh,
And I
okay.
walked into one of his rooms, and my older brother got a hat, and then I got to choose my hat, and it was just a big blue hat with the LA on it.
Yeah.
I liked it, put it on, and then since then, ever liked them.
Like it's just like a sentimental
Yeah.
thing.
I'd say.
That's cool. Is your grandpa still alive?
He is
Does he
alive
like
and
the Dodgers
kicking.
still?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Happy to hear that.
Yeah, he's pretty old, actually. Like in his 90s. He just has a plethora of conditions, but he's still kicking, so that's pretty cool.
Well, I'm glad to hear grandpa's still cooking. What's his name? Give him a shout out. Shout out to grandpa.
Pawpaw. That's what we gonna leave it with.
Oh, Pawpaw.
Pawpaw.
Just Pawpaw.
Pawpaw.
No last name.
Pawpaw.
All right, Pawpaw. Well, thank you for putting Aaron on to the LA Dodgers.
Yep. Thanks,
Changed his
Pawpaw.
life. All right. Okay, so for someone who may not know a lot about baseball or who's not really into baseball,
Yes.
what kind of tips could you give to maybe encourage them to be more into it or maybe help them keep along with the game more?
I'd say be patient, cause if you're not patient, it's gonna be a
It's gonna be a doozy.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard for you, but be patient because really anything can happen at any given moment. Like a home run, the feeling of seeing a home run like live is like
it's nothing else.
It's pretty cool. It's a cool feeling. I mean, I
Yeah.
can't explain it that eloquently, but
It's
a good
how
feeling.
many home runs have you seen? Do you know?
No, I do not
keep
know.
track?
Mm-mm.
Have you ever been to like a major league game? Like a major?
Yes.
Yeah?
I have a Dodgers one.
Ooh.
I've been to a couple spring trainings. Dodgers have spring trainings in Arizona.
Oh, okay.
So it's
okay.
yeah,
Where Brooklyn's from, right?
Yeah, so we go see them like every spring break.
Oh, that's
Try
cool.
to at least, yeah.
Brooklyn knows a lot about baseball.
She does.
She knows a lot about sports in general.
She
but
knows a lot about
she knew
a
a lot
lot.
about. She's pretty smart.
Yeah, she's very very intelligent. I like.
Do you feel inferior to Brooklyn from her intelligence or her knowledge of sports, or just in general? Do you just feel inferior to her?
No, I don't, but I can see how some, I'll say men, I'm overgeneralizing, but I can see how some men may feel intimidated when women know a little bit more or have knowledge. If they're knowledgeable, it's understanding why a man would feel inferior.
Yeah.
Do I know because I like I like that Brooklyn's knowledgeable and she has great things to add on to the conversation.
Yeah.
She
really helped me a lot because no offense, you didn't really do much. But Brooklyn, she was giving me like statistics, when she was telling me about how you got to count the people and then they be doing plays. Had no idea they be doing plays in baseball. I thought that was just in football or basketball, but they be doing plays and like signals and stuff.
And it's real interesting.
And she brought snacks. Remember those snacks she brought?
Yeah, she comes in clutch for sure.
She does come in clutch.
It's interesting when we are in a group setting because, like you said, I won't add much to a conversation. I feel like I don't need to. So that's me personally.
Yeah.
But Brooklyn, she has a lot of knowledge and she likes speaking and she likes talking. So in a group, you'll see her like talk, when I'll probably do the introduction.
But
I'll
you're
say,
like
hi,
an
what's up?
introvert like that though, so you don't mind just sitting there and letting her just like be in the front.
I'm actually extrovert.
Are you? Ooh,
Yeah,
know.
but yeah.
When are you an
Since ever.
extrovert? In
Ever.
life?
Yeah, in life.
You're kidding.
Yeah.
Learn something new every day.
It's a spectrum. That whole thing, introvert, extrovert, it's a
Oh,
spectrum.
here you
For
go,
me,
becoming counselor.
yeah, you know, I got to. But there's like a 48% introvert, and then what is that, 52% extrovert?
Yeah.
It's like that. It's like that close.
Okay.
So
okay.
yeah,
you go
there's
either way sometimes.
yeah.
I feel you. Like if you can stay home, you're gonna stay home. But
Yeah,
if you're gonna go out, you're gonna have a good time. Like that.
Yeah, like for me, I like groups.
Yeah.
I like
okay.
groups. It's I don't know, they give me energy. But when I
just
got
energize
when I got Brooklyn, I don't have to
Do
be
much.
in groups.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, you talk to them, and I'll go scurry off and do something.
That's nice. That comes in handy though, especially
Yeah.
like when you're out and about. That's nice.
Yeah.
Besides baseball, what do you have going on in your life right now? Like, what's going on? I know you're a grad student.
Yes, I have practicum right now.
Okay.
And then next semester, I'll be doing internships here in the Counseling and Career Services. Right now, I'm doing it at Drug Court in Clovis and Portales.
That's pretty like your emotions are like all over the place doing that stuff, huh?
Yes.
What about it? Like, why did you get to pick drug court, or did you have to do that? You got to pick.
Yeah, we got to choose. There's not a lot of services in Portales, unfortunately.
Welcome to Mexico.
Yeah, but yeah, so you really have to find which ones, I don't know, interest you. And me personally, I wasn't into the substance abuse and addiction population.
Yeah.
I just didn't know. I was ignorant towards it, but getting into it and learning about it and all the different medications that help, all the comorbid diseases that go into it, it's pretty interesting. I like it now, but at first I wasn't a fan.
Do you feel like you ever bring your work home with you, like your emotions? Yeah.
Always.
Yeah?
I feel like that, yeah, and that's not good, you know, because that's how people burn out.
Yeah.
But it's interesting finding out your own self-care routine.
Yeah, self-care is important.
Yeah, like what gets, I know those juices flowing again so you're not burnt out. Oh, I don't want to go to work. I don't want to talk to people or help people. That's when it gets like super bad, when you don't want to help people. But
especially if that's your job.
Exactly. But you really have to help yourself and find what you like, and then the rest will take care of itself.
True that. Good motivational right there. I like that. Well, I appreciate you coming out and talking to us for a minute. Hopefully we'll see some great things coming up here in the near future, and keep us posted. All right. So for our last quiet corner with Ose Ali, here is Ose Ali.
Oh, you couldn't stay away. Flew out to have someone else pay for your airfare, preferably a romantic type suitor. For example, not to be confused with a sugar daddy, but a romantic suitor paying for your flight.
Welcome back. It's time for our final segment, The Gag Is. Now, what exactly is a gag? A gag is things, elements that may have caused a major gag or prank on someone's life. They can also represent an inconvenience. Pretty much, it's like the joke is on you type of situation. So, starting us off, Jordan Woods. Jordan Woods has turned this entire situation with the Kardashians and made it a serious come up. They really thought they were about to ruin Jordan's career by bashing her and posting threats like Kim playing "Don't Mess With My Man" on Snap. Like, who are you, Kim Kardashian? You're 30 years old sending threats to a 21-year-old. Bye, Kim. The gag is everyone took Jordan's side after watching that Red Table Talk she did with Jada Pinkett Smith. I mean, what did she really do wrong? Expose an already known cheater and in the end lose some friends who probably weren't her friends to begin with? Girl, bye. Chloe should have been done left Tristan anyway. The only person that doesn't know that Tristan doesn't love Chloe is Chloe. Texas really do be wildin' now, flipping cars and whatnot. Like, wow, Tech, y'all made it all the way to the championship game and lose y'all's complete minds. The gag is, it's a good thing they didn't win because the town of Lubbock, Texas couldn't handle it. If they flipped and burned a car, just imagine what they would do if they won the championship. There would be no more Lubbock, Texas. The whole city would be in ruins. It would have burned down to the ground. Jeff Bezos' wife is about to be the highest earning woman after their divorce. All because he couldn't keep it in his pants, which is the ultimate gag. If you get married, you do a prenup, and then in the end lose half your earnings due to stepping outside of your marriage. Joke's on you because half your money is stepping out with it, my friend. Shaking my head. Cardi B is playing a new stripper in a new movie where the women are not just strippers but also scammers, using their expensive clientele as their victims and scamming them for all their money. Starring Jennifer Lopez, Keke Palmer, Constance Wu, and Julia Stiles. The gag is Cardi B wouldn't have to go far for inspiration, not because she was a stripper. We all know Cardi was a stripper, but because she was actually living the life 3 years ago. Bringing dudes back to hotel rooms, drugging them, and taking their money. No tea, no shade, but all the tea, all the shade, because I love me some Cardi B. But dang, girl, you had to post that stuff on Instagram Live for everybody to see? Like, goodness, if you're going to rob somebody, at least keep that stuff on the DL. And the most exciting gag of them all, Beyonce. Beyonce has a film coming out April 17th. Now she'll be able to win Emmys and even an Oscar, God willing. The gag is the film could be complete trash, and I'm going to love it anyway. I don't care. It's a film that goes behind the scenes of her epic Coachella performance. Child, they had me at Beyonce. We learning choreography. We buying Beyonce Coachella merch. We're becoming Beyonce. At this point, it could be a loop of the same dance routine for 2 hours, and I'm still going to cry at the end. No shame whatsoever. All right, guys, this is the end of our lovely program. I want to thank everyone who stayed and helped me. I want to thank Dan, my assistant, for being my ride or die and just helping me through this entire process. I want to thank Ebony for directing. I want to thank Spencer for the Chiron, my camera guy right here. I appreciate you. I appreciate Lonnie Berry, Marissa for editing it for me. E-Rich Davis for writing part of my monologue. I just want to thank everyone who helped me out today. I appreciate y'all so much, and stay tuned for the next episode of The Hive. Praise God. And won't he do it? Yes, he will. Yes, he will.